are you ready for your headliner? Well, this next comic is a queer Muslim who loves to laugh and make others laugh. He hates Trump, and he hates ICE even more.
Yeah.
So please put your hands together for Amir Yass.
That was the gayest thing I've done. I couldn't get a handshake right. So I, much like Stacy, getting back into comedy. Nobody cares. Like, it was very quiet when I got back into the comedy world. Nobody seemed to notice that I left. But you know, I don't usually do politics, but you can't help but lean into it now, so I just have to do it. But what I love is I love J.D. Vance's trips. His little gay trips here, he's there. I mean, some of these Republicans are gayer than the gay people, like, which is what I don't understand. I don't know if you all saw J.D. Vance at Disneyland running around after his kids. He was holding in 3 loads. I mean, he's just like running like this. Just running everywhere. Like, gayer than I am. So I'm like a little confused. But anyways, growing up in Orange County, yes, I grew up in the suburbs. Muslim family, Persian, I mean, we had everything against me. God really was like, he's gonna get, you know, no benefits in life. But the good thing was, my dad's name was Jafar. So that did help with the stereotypes, the Persian stereotypes at school. People would call me Aladdin. I mean, it was insane. We'd have sleepovers, people would come over, they'd be scared of Jafar. I mean, we even had a parrot. He wasn't named Iago, but we had a parrot. So here we are. But when I came out to my family, it was not, you know, received the way you think it would be received. They knew, but they couldn't wrap their minds around it. They're like, wait a second. So you're gay and you're gonna have gay sex. They couldn't get past the sex part, which is very odd. So my dad, even after I came out, and he was totally fine, he had not a bad reaction. He would call me every month, just making sure I was still gay. Are you still engaging in the gay sex? He just wanted to know, just interested. And then when we'd be in the street, he would point out anyone that was flamboyant or a drag queen or just anyone that was gayer than me and be like, have you slept with them? Stop confirming. Stop, you don't need to confirm so much if I'm still gay. So that was kind of fun to grow up with that. But he called me, I think it was like 6 months ago, and he was like, are you still talking online about being gay? I was like, yeah, I mean, it comes up. Tends to come up. He's still struggling with it, but he'll get there. Jafar will get there. I believe in Jafar. Today I had lunch with him, and he was like, are you going to talk about being gay at the comedy show? And don't talk about me anymore. Because I guess one of his friends sent a video that I did on Instagram, and I was talking about Jafar. And there were fun, like, emojis of Jafar and all that, you know, from Aladdin. So he was like, I don't understand why you're bringing me into that Aladdin thing, and I don't want to be, and I'm like, how has this never come up before? That's what I don't get. How has this never, no one's told you were in that movie? Like, I just don't understand. Yeah, so like I said, I grew up in Orange County. So 9/11, I think I had just turned 15. So I show up to school, and of course, it was like the end of the world, and everyone's crying, and we're all very emotional. It was a really tough day. So the principal pulls me into her office, and I thought she was going to be like, you know, how are you feeling? Like, just checking in on me. I was very naive. She wanted me to talk to the school about what happened. I mean, we were a small school. We were 400 people, but still, you know, I'm 15, and you want me to talk about 9/11 just because I'm the only Muslim. Yeah. It's not great, especially when they were teaching about Islam. They said there was 6 pillars of Islam, and I said, no, there are 5, and I was told that I had attitude. So 6 months later, you want me to talk about what happened. So anyway, I have a very odd sense of humor, so I went up, I basically regurgitated CNN. That's all we knew. And I was like, yeah, I have some intel that bin Laden is involved. That news had just dropped an hour before. I don't think anyone knew, but I knew. And people acted like it was breaking news. People were screaming, people were crying. I mean, I was sent home I was like, well, why did you ask me to talk then? So for 2 weeks after that, everyone would stop me in the hall and ask me how I knew that intel, if I knew Saddam Hussein, I mean, it was insane. It was truly, truly insane. I look back on that and I'm like, if that happened today, I would have been so rich with the lawsuits. Like back then, no one cared. It was early 2000, 2004. Like, they were like, oh, whatever, just deal with it. Like, no one cares. Like, it was insane. But, you know, dating as a gay person is hard enough, let alone you're Persian, you're Muslim. Like, it's just so, there's too much going on. I don't drink, I don't eat pork, but I suck dick. I mean, it's very confusing. It's hard to keep up with all the different stuff. So, yes, it's tough. So I was on a date with this guy a couple years ago, and he was like, "Where are you from?" And are you, you're so exotic. And I was like, "Okay." I mean, I look like a white guy, but sure. Like, if that'll check a box for you, like, I'm willing to be involved. He started, and I told him I was Persian. He's like, "I don't know where that is. And is it close to Iraq? Is it the same country?" I was like, "Those are different countries." But, and then he said Habibi, which is a different language. It's Arabic if you don't know. And I was like, that's not cool. And he was like, "Oh, don't need to get all offended. And, it's not like I called you Aladdin." And I was like, "Hold on, that's far. That actually would have been fine. And then he proceeded to tell me he was from New York. And I said, "Oh, I love New Jersey." And he lost it. He was like, "I'm not from New Jersey, I'm from New York." I was like, "That's a different state. You thought I was from a different country." You didn't seem to care. Didn't seem to think it was anything different. So it's very odd. But I had moved into West Hollywood, when is this? I think 10 years ago. So coming from Orange County, where you don't really see anyone that's gay unless they're cheating on their wives, or they're the principal of the school, and then they're on the DL. Like, that's what you're dealing with. So coming to West Hollywood, everyone's gay. Everyone you meet is gay. The trash guy is gay. The post office, the postman is gay. I'm like, you don't need to be gay delivering people's mail. Like, you're not gonna do it right. Where's Joaquin? But anyways, so I had moved in and I was just unpacking all my stuff, and I get an alert on Grindr. And for anyone, I'm sure everyone knows, it's for the gays. Just Grindr is kind of just like this little bat signal of finding someone that's gay. So anyway, I see this couple hits me up. I'm not really into threesomes, it's not something that I like to do, so I was like, you know what, I moved into the neighborhood, I should be friendly. So I should go over. Mind you, it was raining, so I had to get my shit together, I wore my jacket, I get into the rain, whatever. And I arrive, and they were already having sex, and I'm a very polite person, I didn't really know how to tag myself in. But I was like, I don't know what to do, I don't know how to do this. So I was like, what do I do? And so but their place was a pigsty. And for anyone who doesn't know, a lot of gay men are very neat freaks and OCD and all of that. So I was like, okay, well, they're already fucking in the other room. What am I going to do? So I just started cleaning. So I did a load of a dishwasher load, and not the load that they thought I was going to be providing, but I still did the dishwasher. I did I go and I clean up, I fold some laundry that was just there. I was like, and they were just going at it, and I was like, oh yeah, fuck, it's so hot, I'm getting hard. I was fully clothed. I was not anywhere close to being hard. I was doing laundry. And so I just leave because they were just going at it, and I didn't know what's the polite way to get out of that. So I just up and left. I get home and I get a little ding, and it's from Venmo, and they paid me $40 for cleaning their apartment. Maybe this is my side gig. I don't know. What do I do? I mean, maybe it's my side gig. Who knows? I had the situationship, as the cool kids call it. I'm a geriatric millennial, but I am on TikTok, so I know these things. So a situationship, it's not really a relationship, it's somewhere in between, whatever, with this guy named Pearson Lord. I'm going to say his full name. There we go. We're going to just out him again. And usually I don't date white men, but I gave him a chance, but I should have known things were going to go south. His last name's Lord. That's never going to be good. Anyway, so I had gone over to his place. I was like, I'll be there in 30 minutes. So I guess in that 30-minute window that I gave him, he decided to have another guy over. We're not exclusive. It wasn't like he was cheating on me, but it's a little weird that you couldn't wait. Like, you had to have it then. So anyway, I'm knocking on the door, no response. It's not like I broke in, right? So he opens the door and I can hear shuffling in the room. I know what's happening, I'm not stupid, I was born at night, but not 2 nights. So I was so anyway, I'm waiting, whatever, and then he finally opens the door, he's super red, half hard, in sweats, just, you could tell he was, mid-coital or whatever. So he proceeds to go back and he's like, I'll be right with you, as if I didn't know what was happening. So I'm waiting in the hallway and people are walking by and I'm starting to feel ridiculous. So I'm I'll just go use the restroom. There's a public restroom. This is where my life has come to. I'm almost 40 and I'm waiting for some 30-year-old that might be getting fucked to then have to go to the restroom. Anyway, so I'm in the restroom, I come out and I'm can't believe this is my life. So he literally just comes and puts his arm around me and is all right, let's go to dinner. And I'm are we not going to acknowledge the big pink elephant in the room? You were clearly, it's okay if you were fucking someone else. Are they still in your apartment? Do you want to take care of that? Anything? And he's yeah, I should probably, they're a stranger, I should probably, let them out. I was Yeah, I'm gonna go to the car.
Yes.
So I have not worked at anything harder than the SATs in my life to pretend like that was totally normal. That like you couldn't wait 30 minutes, or maybe when I left after dinner you could have gotten fucked. Like, and listen, we still had sex, but I had to really try. Because I was like, did you already have sex tonight? Like, no judgment, but like, what's happening? But then I realized that's part of being gay is like, it has that issue. So it's like, what are you gonna do? But anyways, I wanted to try some new stuff. Let me see what I got for you guys. Oh yes, I want to talk about the Republican National Convention. So every time they have this little ditty, Grindr crashes. All the gay sites crash. They have another site called Sniffy's that always crashes. Why are they so anti-gay if they're just sucking dick in truck stops left and right, and at the RNC? So I want to bring up something new. Why don't we make Republican senators straight again? Let's try that. Let's try that. Let's try that. Like, let's see what would happen then. Because if you're gonna comment, so I have this ring that I bought myself, by the way. Yeah, she's single. This guy on the plane was like, "Are you married?" He was sitting, first of all, Southwest, so you know where this is story. It's not going to be good. It's not going to be a good story. When you choose your own seat, it's never good. So I was sitting in the aisle. He's in the window seat. He looked like Joe Rogan had swallowed Joe Rogan. So I was like, okay, this is going to be a great conversation. First of all, I didn't talk to him the whole flight because I was like, I don't even want to get into it with him. So we land, whatever, which is the worst time to talk to anyone. We're all trying to get deplaned. Nobody wants to talk to each other. He's like, are you married? I was like, no. He's like, why are you wearing a ring on your wedding ring? And I was like, America, I don't know if there are rights here. And he's like, and which, listen, I do acknowledge that this was a dick move. I lost my AirPods, so I was listening to a movie, but it was so low that I was reading the subtitles. There's no way anyone heard. So then he was like, it's illegal to listen to a movie without your AirPods on. And I was like, okay, so do you want to do a citizen's arrest because I'm gay? Or because I was watching the movie? You gotta decide. Like, if you're gonna be pissed about something, you gotta decide, like, what it's gonna be. And then this man proceeded to walk next to me out of the plane. He was wearing diamond encrusted, I can't even make this up, Havaianas, like sandals. But with diamonds, like, that's even too gay for me. And he's trying to worry about what I'm doing. Like, I just can't. I can't do straight people. I just can't. They don't like me, I don't like them. Speaking of straight people, I mean, this is the truth. This is the truth. Speaking of straight people, J.D. Vance said that his dream dinner date was with Abraham Lincoln and Isaac Newton.
Oh.
So that was his dream threesome, I guess. That's a pretty gay answer. Abraham Lincoln, if you don't know, was historically very much in the closet, and if you're that tall, you gotta be gay. Women don't appreciate height enough. Like, the gays, we know how to appreciate height. If you're above 6'5", like, we will do anything you want. You can walk on us. Like, and then Isaac Newton, hello, he's sleeping under a tree. That's pretty gay. Apple hitting you in the head, gay. So I'm pleasantly surprised by J.D. Vance. So that's a good gay answer. Good job, J.D. How much more time do I have?
Well, you can do, let's say, 7 more minutes.
I can do 7 more minutes. All right, let's do 7 minutes. In my intro, I definitely said that I don't like ice. That is very, very accurate, like many people in this country. But I do have a fuck ice sticker that I put on my car in Orange County just to see where I can go where it will be removed. So there are many places I've been. I'm at the 3rd sticker at this point. So we're continuing to buy. And I bought like a little stockpile. Because if you're going to remove it, like, that's just going to embolden me to put it back up. And it just says fuck ice. It's not that deep. Like, fuck ice. Like, I can have an opinion, you can have an opinion, we can all live in that, together. But the only problem with my hatred for ice is that I haven't had a cold drink in, like, I can't even get near the ice. I'm a European at this point, which is fabulous, which we love. I want to try some, let me try something new. Let's try this. We did the JD jokes. I want to talk about Instagram. So I'm sure we're all on Instagram, and we see these white influencers. They're very excited about the pumpkin spice and the redecorating of the house. And I watched all the videos where you fold everything and da-da-da-da. But what I love is when those videos with the bloopers. Did you see that one with the lady where she told her son that he wasn't crying hard enough about their family dog dying? I thought that was like, that's like a fun niche where I was like, let the veneer go. I want to see like the shit that you're really getting into. Like that's what I want to know. Like I want to see the nitty gritty, right? Like when you're out there and you're selling a product and you're doing, I want to see like, are you yelling at your pets? Are you yelling at your kids? Like that's what I want to see. I want to see the nitty gritty. So that's what I want. Let's see. So I have a lot of family members that, you know, voted for Trump, are very proud of voting for Trump. They come from, obviously, Iran, and Iran had a dictator and a crazy revolution and all of that. But it's funny because I think Trump speaks that dictator language, right? Like, I've done a lot of I've had enough time to think about it. He speaks dictator. So for a lot of immigrants, they are like, it's that trauma, like, it's like the lived-in trauma. You're like, I get it, so I understand it. It makes sense. Like, I hear what he's saying, and it clicks for me. So, I still hate them. But, like, I still hate my own family. But I'm like, and it's funny because a lot of immigrants, they thought this whole ICE thing wouldn't get to them. Which I think is, like, the really funny part of it. It's like, oh, now they're going after Persians. Now they're going after Asians. It's like, well, there's no end to racism. It's always going to have, like, legs, right? So, people are dumb. People are dumb. What are you going to do? I think what's funny is, like, my mom has a big issue with me being gay. She thinks that I'm flaunting it or that I'm too public with it. But the funny thing is, I'm the only chance she has for a grandchild. Not my sister. My sister closed shop a long time ago. She was like, I'm done. So it's kind of, you should be nicer to me, Mom. If you want a grandchild, you should be nicer to me. Like, please. Like, it's also not that hard to be nice to a gay child. People that are like, oh, I don't know, I don't agree with it. Gay children are so easy. Like, Stacey just left, but I'm sure I've asked her, your daughter's easy. Like, we're easy because we're fun. Because when you're, like, living in a truck, like, you're an ice cream truck.
Yeah.
That was good. Love that. That's my first gay awakening was ice cream truck. That little music. A man driving a truck. It's fabulous. But like I was saying, like a gay child's fun because we've been traumatized. We're traumatized at school. We're traumatized by the news. So we're funny. We're fun to be around. Right, Susan? Aren't we fun?
Totally fun. Yes.
I love it. Oh my god, so funny. My parents always say, they're like, oh, we didn't know you were gay. I spent most of middle school with a shoelace in my hair because that was my weave. I wasn't really hiding. I was in plain sight. Like, I don't think I was hiding it. And I would do this constantly. In an argument. Like, that's pretty gay. And I don't like to profile people, but I'm profiling myself. Like, I was very gay. Like, almost too gay to function. What are you gonna do? The ice cream truck is still here, guys. By the way. You can hear it. It's great. It's fabulous. It's really fabulous.
What kids are
kind of ice cream?
I think it's coming home.
Exactly.
I know, it feels like a pop-up, like an LA pop-up, where they're like selling weed ice cream. That sounds more like...
I wish it were, if it were drugs, I wish I knew which kind, so I'd know whether or not to chase after it.
Yeah.
The shroom
I think
truck.
it stopped. Like, it stopped.
The shroom truck coming on.
Shroom truck would be good, like truffles. Truffles infused with a little shroom. I don't have anything else. I love you guys. That was great. You're the best.
All right, let's hear it one more time for Amir Yass.